All right. Hello everyone, and welcome to stream. Oh my god. My voice kind of hurts today. Hello everybody. How are you all doing today? I'll try angels period at the end. Just get some advice I can draw them in the future. Maybe. Who knows? Hello everybody. Welcome in. How are we doing today? How is everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing swell. Hope you're all doing alright. You okay? Lots of talking? Yeah, I teach 2 classes before every stream, so I've been using my voice since like 9 AM, and I'm running on 3 hours of sleep, so I apologize to everybody if I sound more tired than usual. Let me know, excuse me? Let me know if my music is too loud or if I need to be louder or anything like that. 3 hours? It's not my fault. I went to bed on time. For some reason, my body didn't want to fall asleep until like 4, and then I woke up at 7 and couldn't fall back asleep until like 8:30, and then I had to be up by 9 to teach. So, you know, it's okay. This is kind of just how we are today. But yes, today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be designing some biblically accurate angels, which is kind of like, designing is a loose term because technically there are there are descriptions for what these biblically accurate angels are. You guys voted for something more birdy, which essentially just every single one of those options led to a biblically accurate angel depiction that was given. Y'all chose the basic one. We are going to be drawing a seraphim today. I probably would have gone with an ophanium if we were going to do something more buggy. Maybe a cherubim if we were going to do something more fishy or something entirely different. Who knows? But yes, we are going to be drawing seraphim today. So we're going to be talking about that for a little bit. But I thought it could be also fun if after I did that, if we have time, maybe I'll just draw some other kind of funky little angels because, you know, it's nice to go off of the accurate depictions, but it's also more fun to just do whatever you want. So, before... This is the dark. Before we get into everything, you guys know the drill. Because if you guys didn't know, our growing community is filled with tons of art nerds, and we art nerds have to stick together. So if you're an art nerd too, be sure to check the links to our social media in the description below, and check out our website for our class offerings. You can get critique, guidance, and encouragement from our instructors, because we're not just a YouTube channel, we are an art school too. So if you'd like to support us so we can keep making free content, consider supporting us by becoming a YouTube member for exclusive channel perks like emotes and sub badges, or supporting us on Patreon for as little as $2 per month, where you can get access to tons of perks like my working files, critique sessions, class recordings, and a huge discount on our classes that have a limited amount of spots, so be sure to check those out before they are gone. Yes, perfect. And before we move on to the actual art submissions for the day, we have a fun little announcement. Last week we were talking about the XP pen giveaways, because we have those going on. And for you guys, we have 3 more winners that have been chosen. So, sorry, this is kind of scuffed. Congratulations to Strawberry Muffin II, Artistic Birdies, and That Dude 337. Thank you so much, everybody. If you would like to claim your prizes, please make sure that you are emailing, who are we emailing? hello@wingcanvas.com. That is hello@wingcanvas.com to claim your prize. So make sure you send an email over to them for verification. So again, that is Strawberry Muffin II, Artistic Birdies, and That Dude 337. So again, please email hello@wingcanvas.com to claim your prize. Thank you, all 3 of you. And before we get into the actual art that we do today, we have the submissions. It's submissions time. Once again, if you are part of our Discord, you are able to submit for the monthly theme that is going on. This is the final week for Good versus Evil. I will be doing my submissions real, and then Iggy will be doing his tomorrow. I believe it's Iggy? Right? I think that's what I said last time, right? It was Iggy? Let me check. You bet it is. Iggy will be picking his 3 tomorrow, and those will be the last ones for this month's theme of good versus evil. So this first one is by Netta. Beautiful work. I love the contrast of the colors. I'm a huge fan of backlighting. It's so fun. And I love the way that you handle it here. It's very loose. This is a very loosely illustrated piece. It's not, the lines aren't very clean, but I think that adds to the character. Very well done. I love this one a lot. Thank you so much for submitting. This next person is by Ray in the Discord. Again, huge fan of poses like these. I love dancers. I love this kind of dance that's going on between a very demon-y character and a very angel-like character. I think the contrast between the two is really, really nice. Lighting, again, beautiful. Excellent work on the subsurface. Adds a lot more life to the colors that you chose, and oh my god, not surfaces. What is the word? Healthy? Not substance. Anyway, it adds a lot of life. It looks really, really good. Thank you so much for submitting. And this last piece is by Zed is Tired. Beautiful work. Huge fan of this. Again, lots of action. A very, very loose sort of lining style where it's not super clean, but I think that adds a lot to the character. There's a lot of line variation in here. Some areas where the lines are so thin you can barely see them, and some where they're very, very pronounced. Very well done. Huge fan of this one as well. And well done to all 3 of you. That is Netta, Ray, and Zed is Tired. Thank you, all 3 of you, for submitting for this month's art challenge. Once Iggy does his roll tomorrow, then next week we will be, once March rolls around, we will be having a completely different theme going on, which I believe Faye will be talking about, because she will be streaming next week, if I'm not mistaken. But alright, thank you all so much for submitting. Okie dokie, on to the actual illustration portion. Now, for those of you who don't know, when people say biblically accurate angels, they're not joking. There are passages in the Bible that describe various angels that have come across, you know, the Bible, that have kind of showed up every once in a while. There are some very, very... The most famous one is the passage from, I believe it's Ezekiel, where he describes a bunch of Ophanium and Cherubim. Ophanium are the wheel-looking ones, so at one point he describes, like, a bunch of, like... It looks like a bunch of wheels with, like, eyes or something. I don't have the passage pulled up, but it's something along those lines. There's a lot of those, these kind of guys. Hot Wheels angels, essentially. We got a bunch of guys like these, and they make up the wheels of, like, the chariot that's there. The chariot, quote-unquote. And then there's the cherubim. The cherubim, which a lot of people see as, like, little Valentine's Day, little, like, baby angels. You know what I'm saying? They got, like, the curly hair and little chubby babies. Kind of like this? Wrong. This is wrong. That's not what it says. Cherubs in the Bible. Oh, I'm gonna have to look this up. Cherub. Cherubim. Bible. Two pairs of wings and 4 faces. So they had 4 wings. So it was like... They had, like, a lion's face going on, so if I remember how to draw a lion. I don't. And I should pop out chat so I can still read you guys. My brain can't comprehend, my atheist brain can't comprehend what we got from wheels to eyes to human angels. Here's the deal, right, is that, like, in the Bible, they just had a bunch of different descriptions for a bunch of different angels. Right? So we've got, like, this one which has, like, there's the head of the lion. And then it's got, like, an ox. It's got, like, an ox head kind of going on. I don't remember what, like... placement they're all in. We've got a person, so we've got an actual person going on here. We're gonna go with the... I just look like Paradigm from that one point and click game. And then an eagle. So we have an actual eagle going on here too. And then we had like 2 pairs of wings. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of like that. Alright, so we've got that one. So this one is the cherubs. This one is the Ophanium. Alright. That kind of vibe. He's switching accounts. A nice eagle in 5 seconds. Thanks. It looks terrible. I love how you're like, nobody's named Kevin here. You switched to a separate account that has your proper full name. You went from Kevin K to Kevin D. Coyle. But yeah, cherubs are pretty cool. I think that they're pretty neat. However, seraphim. Seraphim are the one that we're going to be doing today. This specific verse, I don't want to read it to you. I don't want to just turn it into a sermon. But essentially, a seraph, what it was overall, it was kind of like, yeah, this is the most human-y one, right? But we've kind of got, like, I'll do a proper illustration of it, but essentially what it was it was like a person, kind of a dude, going on. In some cultures, a seraphim is a giant sea serpent. Depending on what kind of culture you're going for, because this is like very Roman Catholic kind of thing going on here, right? So let's say we've got like just the kind of human-y body, and they have 6 pairs. They have 3 pairs of wings, right? So 6 wings. 2 of them were covering their own faces, so we had 2 that were kind of up here covering their faces. And then they had 2 covering their own feet. So it was like they had 2 covering their own feet. It was like they were saying that like this is for like modesty or something. And then they had 2 that were actually flying. So if seraphim was kind of like that, actually. A lot of people you'll see, they'll do like the bunch of eyes. They tend to mix up the Ophanium and the seraphim together. But the very literal depiction was... It's like we got 3 sets of wings, right? 2 were covering the face, 2 were actually flying, and 2 were covering their feet. It's a lot of weight. Oh yeah. It's very much like, again, very not like quote unquote anatomically correct, which is really funny. But that's generally what we're working with here. So because we are working with something more birdy, we are going to be going with the seraphim today. I'll be doing a full illustration on one of these guys, just based on directly what it says in the Bible. Just directly from it. I'm like, we're not really going to be designing anything crazy, but that is essentially what we are going to be doing today. Because that's kind of, it's like this is an accurate angel stream, so we're going to be doing this angel specifically. Shall show feet. It was like, there was a specific reason for it. Hang on, let me find it again. Yeah, each of them with 3 pairs of wings, one of which they covered their faces, a token of humility. The second they covered their feet, a token of respect, and the third they flew. And they seem to have a general resemblance to the human figure. So it's not like they're like something nutso. They're just people. They're generally just people. Like very, very generally just people. I knew the internet exists, yeah. SCP is just a human with 1,000 wings? Yeah, I know that one. I read that one's log a long time ago. Yeah, we are gonna go with that kind of human-y description today, just because I think... Because y'all voted for something more birdy, so that is what we are going with today. You essentially voted for the wings. So, because you voted for something more birdy, we are going with the thing with the most wings. I don't know what I had an idea for what was going to be like a fishy one. That one was going to be the farthest from what any of these guys were going to be. This was going to be something entirely different. This one was going to be something buggy. Just for like a peek behind the curtain, every time you guys vote for something, I have something in mind already for what I'm going to be doing for each one. So very generally, when you guys are like, oh, I want this to happen, it's probably not going to be what you're thinking. It's like, so if you want something, most of the time it's like, oh, like, I don't know what this one's going to be. It's like, I think that, like, it's like, I think this one's going to, it's like, oh, it's something bird-like. I think we're going to be doing birds. We're probably not going to do birds. It's probably not what's going to happen. But for fishy, I was also kind of excited to do the fish. Generally, here's a little secret as well. The one that I want to do the most will always be first in the poll. If I want to do it the most, it's going to be the first one. Wings are so fun to play around with in art. I am very, very strict in the way that I draw my own wings, just because I'm very much like a I want this to be accurate kind of person. So I'm very much like, I think that they're really fun to play with, but I'm also like, will these actually function the way that I intend them to? Kind of thing. We're just gonna pretend that I can draw hands for a second. Good to know. Yeah, the one that I want to do the most will most likely be the very first one in the poll. And then, like, the less I want to do it, the farther down it gets. That's generally how I make polls. Is I'm like, whatever I want to do the most will be first in line. But hey, vote on whatever you want to see. Sometimes I can always predict what you guys will pick too. It'll be like, when we designed demons, I put down the crab and I was like, this is a mistake. I know that they're gonna pick the crab. And I was like, I was right. To finish my animation character with wings dancing around in the sky, good luck. Wings are really hard to animate. At least you don't have to draw feet. I'm actually not a, like, I don't really hate drawing hands or feet. I think they're actually both kind of fun. It's just a really easy way to draw feet, actually, other than, like, the shape method that I usually teach. If you draw a skewed number 8, you've got the bottom of a foot done. Easy. Sometimes what my university prof would tell me is just to draw that number 8 in different angles, and you've got like a foot, the bottom of a foot, and you've kind of already placed it down. And like you're good. Yeah. Is that easy? It's very easy. There's a lot of different ways to draw hands, or hands and feet, I guess. There's that one, and there's the simplified way that I do it with shoes. A sphere, pudding cup, triangle, semicircle. And if you just rearrange that in any way you want, you will have a foot in different angles every single time. This one is mostly if you work with shoes, though. So if you're drawing like a shoe, this is how this one works. But again, really, really easy method. Hi, Frey! How are you doing? Did you just wake up? Secrets on drawing feet. It's really easy. It's really not that hard. I mean, it's difficult, especially if you are like drawing feet for the first time and you're like not used to it. And like you've been studying hands this whole time, you forgot to study feet and you're like, oh god, what do I do now? Kind of thing. Tough. Y'all can draw feet. I can. Can they have lots of eyes? Generally. It depends which one, though. Sorry, if you can hear my crunching, it's all holes. The Ophanium tends to be the one with a bajillion eyes. No, I just woke up really early, hyper-focused on a game. That's vibes. I'm glad you're awake. That's good, that's good. Crow is super asleep. He ended his, like, 24-hour stream, like, 3 hours ago. He's out, and then he has to go for dinner tonight. I feel so bad. If Halls wants to sponsor us, yeah, send me free stuff so that I can, like, so that I can do streams without throat pain. Hate doing wing details, just never turns out right, like the feather details. Feathers have certain layers to them, so if you're drawing a wing, first of all, think of arm anatomy. A wing is just an arm. So, think of shoulder, elbow, forearm, hand. a wing is the exact same shape. Ta-da. So if you just remove this part, wing is the exact same shape. And then you've got a few layers. So you've got the thumb, which has like, there's a few feathers for that layer. Essentially, you've got your big flight feathers here. You've got like 3 layers of feathers, essentially. I don't want to do a full lesson on wings. We've got a couple wing tutorials. I'm like, I don't really want to do that again because this isn't a wing lesson, but I love drawing wings. Wings are one of my favorite things ever to draw. So I'm like, I love drawing birds. I had a D&D session recently that like I got to draw like a giant bird and I was so hyped for it. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I get to draw this thing? So we fought a rock. ROC, by the way. Just like a big bird. And I was so excited. I was like, I get to draw a bird! Epic as a mouse reference. So true. You just fought a rock, pretty much. Here, I'll show you what the bird looked like. You can see my wing art when I'm actually like when I'm full of energy. You can see what my wing art, my wing doodles look like. What session was it? It was 60. Oh gosh. Well, taking a guess. Nope, session before. 65? Yes, there we go. You guys get to see this giant bird art that I did forever ago. Well, not forever ago, but yeah, there you go. There's some wings when I'm like, there's a wing doodle where I'm properly like focusing on the wings that I'm drawing for a bird. This was so fun. This is like a 15-minute doodle. It was really nice. It was a really fun session too. So I really like drawing it. I like drawing wings a lot. But yeah. 15 minutes. I have to be fast. So D&D, I draw every single one of my D&D sessions. So I draw it while it's happening. So it teaches me how to be faster. Envy how quickly Jessie draws. And like that's how quickly I draw if I'm like at full energy or if I'm like really, really excited about something. You never really see me draw that fast anymore for streams. Because most of the time I'm really tired by the time the day ends. So I'm a bit slower once stream comes around. That's a doodle. Yeah! All my doodles are pretty small, so... Oh, this arm is wrong. My doodles are like... Those are my big doodles, quote-unquote, for sessions. So like a 15-minute one is like a big doodle. A 2-minute one tends to be what the normal doodles are for sessions. Your voice is so calming. Thank you. My tired voice. What I sound like when I'm like just exhausted in general. I like to give you all a behind the scenes, a little peek behind the curtain. You don't get a streamer face. You just get me. So, you know, half true, I suppose. Oh, this is stream 103. Wow. I have 2 classes before stream starts. Such a slow artist. I need to get pen sketch. Yeah, man, go for it. Or like just draw. If you listen to D&D sessions, that also helps. That was how I used to do it. Is I would listen to my friends play, and I would like draw their sessions out. So I would like do doodles of their session, and however long the session recording was, that was how long I gave myself to do all of them. So if it was like a 3-hour session, 3 hours was all I got to do every single doodle. What angel type is this? This is Seraphim. It's so smart. Yeah. I'm too impatient to play D&D. That sucks. D&D is so fun. I don't think it's... D&D, I find, is like... It's great if you really like... I think D&D, there's different types of games for everybody. Like, if you are more, like, story-heavy, if you're more, like, RP-heavy, if you're more, like, combat-heavy, there's different kinds of games for everybody. Kind of niche, though. D&D is no longer niche. I feel like everybody plays D&D now. It's no longer something that's, like, oh, I've never heard of this before, especially with, like, Stranger Things coming out, and D&D got super popularized. And then the movie came out, and then, like, every YouTuber and their mother has a D&D show. It's like, I don't think it's that niche anymore. There's different brand types of D&D that I think are more niche, but D&D itself is, it's classic nerd thing. D&D movie I never thought I'd see. It's not the first D&D movie either. It's just, it's the most successful one, I think. Oh, and then the D&D video game just got super popularized. Baldur's Gate? Like, are you kidding me? That brought it into, like, the very public, very, very common eye, I think. Want to play more TTRPGs? I have. But then I have to talk to people. It's fun! I met my partner through D&D. Are you kidding me? The door for opportunities is crazy through D&D. That's so cute. Yeah. Swings be enough to cover the legs. They're not. No. I need to... I need to make them bigger, yeah. It's okay. We're just doing the sketch right now. We're just not worrying about that for now. I could change it as well. It might actually be a cooler pose if, like, the legs are drawn up to the body. That actually might be cooler. Let's do that. If we have the legs as if they're kind of like sitting a bit. So that it's almost like they're sitting relaxed. What brush am I using? I'm using a pencil brush. I'm using Kyle's Ultimate Pencil. Got a PG-13. This is why we have the PG-13 loincloth. It's okay, YouTube. It's nothing is happening here. And I mean, I'm correct. Nothing's happening here. It's just a man. It's just an angel. There we go. Now he's like sitting. So now if I was to like draw out the full thing, it would be like that. Actually, this might be more like... I'll have to fix this later. It's okay. We'll worry about it later. Kiddo, if you have a question, just say it again, dude. You're imagining this entire stream. Honestly, yeah. All of you are having a collected dream, actually. I sent it to you all psionically. This is all going on in your brains. None of this is happening on the internet. I'm not using your bandwidth. You're welcome. This is all going through, like, brainwaves, actually. We're okay here. You're in a comma! I love grammar. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. So it can't be a dream. It's nowhere near trippy enough. What if I just, like, walked through your screen right now? I've been having weird dreams lately. Last night I had a dream that, like, I had to run away I wasn't me. I was, like, some little girl. And I had to run away from, like, a family member who was, like, a witch of some kind. And, like, she was, like, gearing up to, like, take over my soul or something. I don't know. And I was like, I gotta get out of this house. And it was, like, but it was also Halloween. So, like, we were getting ready to hand out, like, candy or something. I don't know, man. Oi, Troll Fox. I had a dream last night where I was fighting the lion from Madagascar. Alex? You were fighting Alex the lion? Also had Wolverine claws for some reason. You know, that's kind of thematic. That kind of works. I had a dream we were playing Candela Obscura, but like as our characters, and the DM is good. That's epic. Oh, we gotta set dates for Candela. I gotta finish my character's design. Okay, we're gonna move this over here so he gets his own space. And this is where we mess around with designs. Mess around with sizes. Because now that I've drawn those other wings, these ones are not long enough. So now I want to make them bigger. Just so then this silhouette is better. The silhouette's better here. I had a dream where we were playing blindfold hide and seek. The seekers had to tag the hiders by smacking them in the face with a flour tortilla. That sounds awesome. That's not, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like a YouTuber challenge. That sounds like something that I would hear show up on like a prank YouTuber's channel. It's just smack cam. That's just what that is. It's just smack cam. You remember when that was a thing? Am I dating myself? Is that like too old? That was like when Vine was a thing. He's not a corn tortilla. Fair enough. Fine was peak. Were you always as quick at drawing as a learned skill? Oh, it's 100% a learned skill. I was always a little bit fast, but I was never this fast. I started getting a lot faster once I started committing a lot of things to memory. I also have a very, very strong... I found that I have a very strong visual library. So a lot of the times, I can work referenceless. Like, I'm really good at envisioning poses in the back of my head. Or self-diagnosing on the spot. Self-diagnosing. Self-critiquing on the spot as well. I find I'm pretty good at that. Can you do pixel art in Minecraft? No. How long have I been drawing? I was born with a pencil in hand. I did not draw on the tablet. I was created by the tablet. Paper was my bread and butter. A pen was my building blocks. I've been drawing for 22 years. Where are the rings? Different kind of angel. We are working with seraphim today. Seraphim do not have rings. You're thinking of an ophanium. That is a different kind of angel altogether. So we are... Everybody voted for something birdy, so we were picking the one with the most wings. So that is the seraphim. Ophanium don't have wings. Paper sandwich with a pencil in the middle and various erasers for texture. She consumed paper and ink instead of food and water. Yeah, I lived like Van Gogh. I drank the yellow paint. Don't do that, by the way. Don't drink paint. Only if you want to, though. I'm not your mom. Don't drink paint. Don't drink paint. That's not an open invitation. What are all the types of angels? I don't know them off the top of my head. I think there's like 9 of them. Seraphim are part of the highest order, along with like, oh god, it's Ophanium and... I used to know this by heart. It was... I got this. Nobody helped me. Nobody helped me. Nobody helped me. Did I have notes? Maybe I had notes. Hang on. I got this. I don't have notes on it. Alright, hang on. I got this. Don't help me. Okay. it was like seraphim are up there, and then it was like, oh my god, if I remember correctly, it was like Ophanium and like the chariots or something, or like the virtues were up there too, if I remember correctly. Cherubim, I think, were also up there. Lord. Never mind, I don't remember all of them. There was a lot. Thrones! Yeah, thrones! I was like, they're up there. I'm like, chariot? No, thrones. Oh my god. I used to know them all. Hang on. Gaming. Hi, Kay. Hi, gamer. How you doing? Cherubim, Ephemian, Archangels. Oh, Archangels too. True. I totally forgot about them. LOL. Well, Archangels were, like, not super high up there. I remember them being, like, lower tier. There was, like, a tier list of angels. Hang on, I'll find it. Angel. Yeah, the highest orders were, oh, it was the cherubs. So it was the seraphim, cherubs, and Ophanium, or the thrones. The middle orders were dominions, virtues, and powers. And then the lowest orders were principalities, archangels, and angels. That's in Christianity, though. So that's like the Bible kind of angels. If that's correct. That's it. Yeah, angels. The angels themselves were at the very, very bottom. But there's like different ones. So there's like the seraphs, the cherubs, and the Ophaniums were like the highest order ones. So like the seraphs were like the 6-winged ones. The cherubs were the ones with like 4 faces, and the Ophaniums were like the wheels. Yeah, archangels and angels are like right at the bottom. But order is medieval. The Bible is way older, though. Most influential Catholic angel hierarchy is put forward by the pseudo-Dionysius. The Celesti hierarchy, Dionysius described the 9 levels of spiritual beings just grouped into 3 orders. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is like the Christianity kind of thing. There's a Judaism one versus the Christianity one. These are not things that I knew off the top of my head. I just knew the names of them, and I was like, oh, there's like an order. I know there's an order. Something like that. What would you do to Satanify this guy? Because Satan was just an angel in God's court that contradicted God. This is a good question. I don't know. How would you? It's a good answer, thanks. What's my favorite color? I really like cerulean, and I like pink. Lots of pinks. I don't think one pink is better than the other. Saint alongside Zophiel was a cherub. What are they? I didn't know that. I thought they were archangels. I could be wrong, though. I'm probably wrong. Angels, because Angels has 4 eyes, only 2 wings. Only 2 wings, no halo or wheels. Where did you see this? When I was younger? I see. Like in a vision, or...? Is in my room. Oh, vibes. Alright. Well, you know... You sure it was an angel? Who knows? It's scars all over it. Who knows, man? Maybe it was something else. Could have been a ghost. Maybe your house was haunted or something. I don't know. Ghosts say a lot of crazy things, you know. Apparently my grandpa spoke to me when I was a kid, so... My parents love that story. They were like, oh yeah, you were sitting in your grandma's house and you were like waving to a corner, and they asked, it's like, who are you waving to? It's like, oh, my uncle. I said like, oh, it's my uncle. Nobody was in that corner. Apparently my grandpa looked a lot like my uncle though, so. I'm telling you, man, babies can see ghosts. It's true. Ghosts don't have wings. You don't know that. You don't know that. You have no clue. We do not know this. Again, spirits, they're crazy, man. Seeing ghosts, they do not have wings. Hey, man. Maybe it wasn't an angel then. Or a ghost. Maybe it was a demon. Who knows? Maybe it was a critter. Maybe it was la critura. Maybe you had like a cryptid in your room or something. That's what I'm saying. Maybe you had like a creature. You know? Maybe this is like a... Maybe this is like a Five Nights at Freddy's situation. You know, like the fourth one? Is it the fourth one where the kid is in the room and you're like... Is that number 4? Or is that... No, because 3 is the security office that burns at the end, right? That's 4? Vibes! Let's go. I'm a genius. Maybe it was like a FNAF situation. I don't know. Maybe you're saying like the ghost, like nightmares. Nightmares of your past. Jack in the corner. Who knows? Heard a story of one dude explain the reason he didn't believe in ghosts, that he punched an old doll in the face and nothing happened to him yet. Bro has just cursed himself for 7 generations. I'm just saying. Coraline was one of those movies that like I didn't watch until I was an adult, because as a kid I hated horror. Like you know me at this point. It's like I love like horror and I love critters and stuff like that. When I was younger, I was a scaredy cat, dude. I didn't want anything to do with any sort of monsters or horror. I hated Halloween, man. I didn't want to go to Walmart during Halloween because it was like the masks were everywhere, like the costumes were everywhere. That scared the crap out of me as a kid. Maybe you didn't see Angel. Maybe it was Nightmare Freddy. Things touch the roof. Bro, that's crazy. I'm saying, okay, 100 honest opinion, I'm kind of feeling like it was maybe a dream. I remember, like dreams that I had as a kid that just felt so real. On the skepticism side, I'm feeling like it was a dream. On the paranormal side, I'm feeling like demons show up in many forms, my guy. Who knows? See, my vote personally is on cryptid. Sleep paralysis, that too. Could have been sleep paralysis. I get sleep paralysis sometimes. I don't get visions during mine, but like, I do hear things. I remember one sleep paralysis got triggered once. I felt somebody playing with my hair. That was pretty terrifying. I felt people like poke at my feet, toes or whatever. I was standing. Okay, so my skepticism brain is telling me that I'm thinking you were dreaming. You know who's scarier than angels? Freddy Fazbear Vine Boom. Because if you come into Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, he goes grr and bites you like the bite of 87. That's crazy. I can't, man. Probably. Yeah, it might have been. There's a lot of... Dreams can feel so real, dude. No way, I just typed all that and sent it. Yes, you did! You bet you did. Randomly hear your name somewhere and look around for ghosts. That's true! My god. That's the fear. I don't like this. Hang on. Never mind. We are going with straight legs because bent legs are kind of not doing it right now, so. Hate making legs. I actually love drawing legs. I just, for some reason, this pose is not working. So I'm like, never mind. Let's go back to what the initial idea was. Sometimes you try something and it doesn't work out. So that's all good. Just means you got to change the plan a little bit. That's pretty good enough. Legs are better than arms. So true. I love drawing them both, actually. I think they're both good and different for different situations. I don't know any good books about cryptids. Not cryptids specifically, but I've heard that there's a really good I think it's called Don't Whistle at Night. It's gotten really good reviews. It's like a native Canadian like folklore anthology, and it's supposed to be a lot of like those kinds of like myths and legends surrounding that that culture, and it's supposed to be like really, really cool. I know I have a harder time drawing arms that aren't foreshortened than the ones that are, because you're probably flattening them a bit more. Foreshortening is all just about stacking shapes, so it's like, which is, it makes more sense if you're pretty good at perspective. How do you spell the name of the book? It's Don't Whistle at Night, if I remember correctly. Don't Whistle at Night. It's just that. Never Whistle at Night. My bad. It's Never Whistle at Night. An indigenous dark fiction anthology. Never Whistle at Night. I've heard it's good. I haven't actually read it. It's on my book list though, so I'm hoping to get it at some point. What's my favorite cryptid? The night crawlers, the Jersey night crawlers, something. Ow. The night walkers, they're just pants. Night walkers. The Fresno Nightcrawler! Sorry, Fresno Nightcrawlers. They're just pants! I like them. I think they're funny. Fresno Nightcrawlers. They're my favorite. Proceeds to whistle. It's not only, my dad's from Jamaica. So, like, we get one of the things I was told as a kid, was to not whistle at night, or else you'll like summon ghosts. Something about whistling at night, dude. I think it's just, I think if multiple cultures are telling you not to do it, they're onto something, I think. No whistling. No whistling for you, sir. Wherever death whistles and Puss in Boots 2, the scenery around him is always night. That'd be cool. That'd be a cool addition. That'd be a cool addition. It would also be neat if it, like, the reason he whistles is just that, though. Is that whistling at night is just, like, an insignia of, like, death in general. That'd be pretty cool. That's a really cool detail if that's the case. It's based on El Silvan, an urban legend or folklore. I forgot. So is that one Spanish then? Because then that would mean that that's 3 different cultures that tell you not to whistle at night. I forgot. No, you can say forgot. Forgot is the fun way of saying forgot. How long have I been drawing for? I was born and a pencil was summoned into my grasp. I was not swathed in blankets, I was swathed in canvas. Paint is what I bled and ink is what I drank. I've been drawing my entire life. It's been 22 years. Oh, is that Artistic Birdies? Hang on. Congrats on winning. Yo, winner in chat? Congrats on winning the XP pen giveaway. My goodness. Also was Colombian and Venezuelan. Oh, okay. Well, still three different cultures. Wait, what? Yeah, man. It was announced earlier. You won the XP pen giveaway. Make sure to claim your prize. You email at hello@wingcanvas.com. That's hello@wingcanvas.com. Make sure to email them to claim your prize. Winner in chat. Wowza. Yeah, man. Go, go, go. Email us. Get your prize, my guy. Congratulations on your new tablet. I think that's what we want, right? Yeah. Yeah, of course. Artistic Birdies. I keep on pulling up windows and then having to rearrange all my windows. She emailed time never won a giveaway for it. Well, now you have. There you go. Yippee! Hooray! Hina, we had a giveaway for our 10-year anniversary to win an EXP pen. EXP pen? XP pen. Tablet. And Artistic Birdie is one of our winners. Will they have hair? I don't know. Their wings cover their heads. Oh, man. It's all you, my guy. You're the one who entered. You did the work. No worries at all. No need for thanks. The angel's baldness reflects and shines the light of God. That's crazy. It's a crazy comment. Just... So true. Russian culture, you're told not to whistle or your money will be gone. So make this 4 cultures and not 3. Wow! Amazing! So many cultures tell you not to whistle. Why were we gifted the ability to whistle if we're told not to do it? You know? A blessing and a curse, methinks. Share brain cell. Are you gonna try each individual feather? Because we're gonna be here for a while. I could never do that amount of repetition. Yeah. I mean, it's easy to shorthand, so I'm not too bothered by it. It doesn't take that long. Especially since the wings kind of cover each other, so it's not the craziest amount of dedication, I don't think. Plus it helps with the feathers kind of going all over the place, so... Not like they're all the same shape or size. Kind of helps break up the repetition a little bit. Convinced the reason some people can draw hands, some can't, or because artists are sharing brain cells if it's not their turn. You know? That would make sense, yeah. I'm sorry, I've had the brain cell for so long. Does anybody else want it? I'm kind of getting tired of being able to think. That's why bad art days exist. There you go. Perfect. How am I still here? Because you chose to keep typing. How strange is it to be anything? It's true. One day I woke up and if I could draw hands better than I could yesterday, it's like I unlocked something. That's how it is. Sometimes you've had good art days, sometimes you got bad art days. That's just how it is. That's just how it is being an artist. I've heard it's the same thing with like being a vocalist. I was told that. It was like when you sing, because some days your voice will work better than other days. It's like maybe you've warmed up better, maybe you got better sleep, that kind of thing. That'll do. Sure. Yeah, if we want these wings to actually function, they gotta come off of the shoulder blades, or else these boys are not moving if if they're not coming off of the shoulders. This pose doesn't really work for if they're flying or not, but this is where I take in my artistic freedom and I go, I don't care. I am doing it because it looks cool. The one time where I'll just be like, I don't care. Because essentially, this pose I would only do if they were, like, already up in the air, not if they were, like, flapping their wings. That's not how that works. But you know what? These are mystical creatures, and that's okay. I will never forgive anybody who decides that something can fly and their wings are at their hips, but I will forgive you if you decide that a pose just looks cooler sometimes. Wings don't have to work, they're just for show. They fly with the power of God. You know? They're actually all vestigial. There is no functional wings on a seraph. Oh, sorry. Hit my mic. Average New Brunswick citizen be like, what's going on in New Brunswick? I've never been. I've never been to that part of Canada. Why are we throwing shade at New Brunswick? I thought we were only supposed to throw shade at Manitoba. But he comes back, Hina. He's not gone forever. Turned British for a split second? Did I? I turned British. The reason they can fly is because they just have one of those spinny hats to fly. We just can't see it. True! They're covering their heads the whole time! Oh my god, they have a pinwheel hat! So true! It's just like a helicopter. Wow. We're learning so much today, guys. That's amazing. It's so funny. I think birds are using their wings to fly? No, they just want to show off. That's why peacocks show off their feathers, black flight show-offs. You know? If I had feather- I just went to the zoo recently. If I had feathers that pretty, I would also just want to show them off. I mean, that's why they call it peacocking, if it's to show off. And they tell you, it's like, if you want to have a, how you want to be successful in like a job interview, is like, you got to do a little peacocking. You got to show yourself off a little bit. Glue feathers to my body for job interview. Let's go. Prove to them that you can fly. What's my secret? Speed. This is the brush that I use if I want to be less clean as well. So this is just my pencil brush, so it's gonna be a little bit, just a little bit more intentionally messy, but overall though, the faster you, it's like riding a bicycle. The faster you move, the cleaner your lines are gonna look. A big problem with a lot of line artists is that who are a little bit less experienced, is that they just move so slow. But what you're doing is you're harming your line work because you're letting your handshake get in the way. Notice my stabilization's at 0. You just gotta move fast. Move fast and with intention. So I need a bike to draw now, huh? Well, some people have treadmills under their desks so that they can work out while they work. Forgot about this. I stopped using the stabilizer because I'm afraid of using it as a crutch. Don't think of it as a crutch. I still use the stabilizer in some of my other work, but for this brush specifically, I don't like to. Just because it's like, makes me a little bit slow, but for a lot of my like really big pieces, I tend to use a stabilizer. especially for like commissions. I had a really big commission recently. I'm like, there was no way I was doing it without the stabilization. It was this one. There was no way I was doing this one without stabilization. Like, are you crazy? All of this was with stabilization. Like, this is for sure I'm using the stabilization for something like this. But, like, something like what I'm doing right now, nah, it's okay. That one, yeah. I don't really like how it turned out personally, but I'm glad the commissioner liked it. Like, me personally, I was just kind of wishy-washy about it, but I'm glad that he liked it at the end. As long as my commissioners are happy, that's what's important. How much did you charge? I will be withholding that information. It was a pretty penny, is all I'll say. No, it was not 50K. You kidding me? Thanks, Kay. 100K? No, no, not at all. Yeah, I do have a video on my commissions. My price list does show up there, technically, but most of the time when you get a commission from me, like that base price is like altered. I can show you my commission sheet now. I'm re-releasing them soon. I have a 2024 set that's coming out soon, so I'm not changing the prices, I'm just changing, like, the example pieces that are behind there, and, like, the example pieces over here. Because I'm changing, the style slightly that I'm offering for commission work. So, the one for 2023 had a slightly smoother style. So it was, like, the line work was a little bit sharper. But I'm kind of getting out of working with such a smooth brush, so I'm, like, I've changed it to something a little bit rougher. Blitzel, yeah, this is my D&D, my Pokemon D&D character. Her name's Neptune. Her starter is a Blitzel named Tempo. So, this is Tempo. I have no problem with horses because I watched My Little Pony as a kid. But yeah, no, so commission sheets, very important. I like to design my commission sheets. I think they're fun. You're so real for that. Yes, sir! That's the vibe! My Blitzer looks like an OP. Yeah! I also think it just makes him look cuter. I'm like, if I'm gonna draw like a cute little like horse, I'm like, what better reference to use, am I right? Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows type beat, you know what I'm saying? It's a completely different thing, but it's okay. We'll just joke about that. Watch the MLP infection. Are you kidding me? That's one of my favorite things ever online right now. Are you be so for real? I love the infection AUs that have been going around. They're so fun. You kidding me? I've been like loving seeing those. The infection AU trend is so fun. I love what all these different artists have come up with. I don't know where it came from, but they're so good. It's just a trend. People have just been like vibing with it. How old am I? I am as old as the stars themselves. I was here before they came into existence, and I will be here once they have left. terrifying. It's great. I think they're so fun. I love all of the there's one specific one. It's like the most popular one. It's like my favorite one. But I'm like, I love seeing them. They think that they're so interesting. I'm a huge fan of like the way that like how creative people have gotten with it. There is one that I saw that was like all like they become like crystallized, and I think that was really fun. Yeah, I actually don't exist. I am a figment of your imagination. You have all brought me into existence. I'm like Miku. I didn't really have a franchise. You all just started, like, watching me, and suddenly I became real. Miku is real! Miku is real! Just see Hatsune make it real? No, I couldn't. I'm not as cool as her. Hatsune Miku! I love her. On Pinterest, how the princess that married Twilight's brother is a human with green eyes. All the comments were just like, Queen Chrysalis. Oh my god. My pronouns are she, but not her, because I'll never be her. So true. That's so true. Sekai! He isn't real. No, Miku is real. We have made Miku real. Miku is a project of love. Miku is a product of love, not project. Well, she was a project too. Whoever says Mike isn't real isn't fun. Yeah, one guy named Mike, you're not real, actually. I'm sorry for all the Mikes out there. I was listening to the, oh god, it's from 2016. It was the Miku cover of a Giga song. I don't know it in English. I don't actually know what it's called in English. Yeah, Mike, you're not real. Miku is real. Mike? Nuh-uh. Sorry. If your name is Mike, actually, you don't exist. So sorry to break it to you this way. There's people who make you're adopted jokes, and then there's the you just don't exist. No. Mike from Freddy Fazbear? Febby Fazbear? Five Night Freddy! Yippee! I'm losing my mind. How much longer do we have? Okay, 45 minutes. Michael Afton. Figment of my imagination, it's true. It's a big old nap after stream. I honestly... Maybe. Probably. Yeah, okay, not really. It's okay. I'm alive. That's what matters. Not Michael Afternoon. That got me. Not Michael Afternoon. I don't care if that was a typo. It's just funnier. You You changed your hair? My hair has been this for years. I finally changed the avatar, yeah. No, not Michael Afternoon. Kills me. Michael Afternoon can't hurt you. He's not real. Michael Afternoon. William Afternoon. This sucks. Why am I laughing so hard at this? Michael, don't leave me here, Michael. This reminds me of that audio. Where it's like the guy who's like talking to like a fae who's like burned his whole house down. He's like, it's like, I'll find you. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you. You know what I mean? I don't know how else to describe it. I can't say what it actually says in the audio. It's like you burned my entire house to the ground. Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know if I'm like going crazy. Ballora, the Explorer, is crazy. Burn my house to the ground! You know that one? What am I gonna do? Yeah, okay, perfect! You do know it. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get it. I love that audio so much. There's a couple really funny animations with it. It's so good. Oh my god. This is what my D&D campaign feels like right now, is that audio. The D&D campaign that I'm part of. This is what it feels like right now. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you. Funky little music playing in the background. So true! That's how it is. That's the video. Why are we all just saying Pikmin? You know, I've never actually played a Pikmin game. I really want to, though. The first time I ever heard of Pikmin was through, like, Super Smash Bros. Because Olimar is a playable character. Please play Pikmin from a Pikmin enjoyer. I will. I'll eventually get the newest Pikmin. Because, like, I don't know. I don't think the Switch Online has any of the older ones, does it? I don't remember. I have the, like, advanced version. So I'm like, I have, like, every single game. They don't have it, right? Pikmin. No, they don't. Sag! It's okay. I'll play Pikmin 4. I don't need the other ones, right? To play Pikmin? Do I need the other ones to play Pikmin 4? Or is it just all pure vibes? The whole franchise is now on the Switch? Oh, is it really? Okay. I'll play with some of the older ones too then. I will play the fourth one, though. I will try and play it when I can. I'm currently obsessed with Palia, the farming sim game that's like an MMO. It's so cute. I've been vibing so hard with that game lately. The art is really sweet. I love that they're indie dev team. I love the characters. I think they're all so fun. There's a lot of chaos going on in chat right now. I mentioned one video and everyone's kind of going nuts about it. Yeah, I'm trying a seraph. Yippee! My head hurts. Go lie down. Go get some rest. Okay. Almost done the lines here, methinks. I have a Jessie stream, yeah. The Nap Brothers, me too. Hi, 7 speed bumps. It's a great username. Glad you could catch stream. Yippee! Be not afraid. Stop making me procrastinate on homework. That's not my fault, bro. That's your fault. Go do your homework. Homework could not be me. If only they were there for the username stream. So true. The 7 speed bumps would have been so funny. I would have picked that so fast. I think you can get rid of the ad. Want a break from the ads? I think you could get a break from them with, if you're a YouTube member, if I remember correctly. If it works the same as Twitch. Exclamation point memberships. I think we have that, right? I missed an extraordinary event. There was a... There we go. I'm a YouTube member. Yippee! No more ads if you're a YouTube member, if I remember correctly. But yeah, no, there was a stream that I did with Josh, which was just drawing people based on their usernames. There was somebody named like 7 Cotton Candy Kids, or something like that. Cotton Candy Kids. Was it 9? Hang on, I got this. I have the stream file still. I mean, of course I do, but like... link canvas stream. Yeah, it was 9 cotton candy vids. That's what it was. This was mine. Why are there 9 cotton candy vids on my recommended page? The Shelbys, yeah, there's a bunch of them. I think my favorite one was, yeah, it was Cult of the Hermits. I liked this one. Cult of the Hermits was funny. Vindictive Toast was also really funny. We had like the exact same thought for Shelby. Yeah, people really wanted Cult of the Hermits. That was like the one that's like, everybody's like, Cult of the Hermits, please draw that one. I was like, okay, my god. It was fun, yeah. The bread stare down. Man, he was vindictive toast. Bro was vindictive. Bro was angry. A floppy cat. There you go. Fluffy cat. I actually like drawing cats a lot. I used to be really bad at drawing cats. And then something, again, I guess the brain cell was passed to me, something clicked, and suddenly I was really good at drawing cats. And I was like, what happened here? The joke is that I actually just finally used a reference. And finally properly studied a reference. And I was like, there we go, now I get it. And also I just really wanted to because I was drawing a lot of tabaxi. And I like drawing tabaxi. You can get good at drawing cats? Yeah, man. You can get good at drawing anything. What's your advice when it comes to drawing really muscular people? Simplify it. Don't worry about, like, getting everything down. I would mostly just recommend, like, first of all, knowing where all the muscles go, that kind of thing. But once you kind of get a grasp on that, then don't try and draw them, like, flexed all the time. Just kind of get the general forms of everything down. Know where everything's generally placed. And you've got it, you know? If you kind of just generally... Like, you should know the names of all your muscles, you should know where they go, that kind of thing. But overall, like, it's like, if you kind of know where everything goes, simplify it down to, like, it's a lot of ovals. Don't actually draw ovals. It's actually a lot of rectangles. You'll notice, actually, once you draw a lot more muscles... Yes, look at references. You'll notice when you draw a lot more muscles, they all kind of fit together like puzzle pieces. So it's, like, it's very fascinating. It's quite easy over time to kind of just know the placements of each one. I know the names of my bones better than I do the names of my muscles. But in general, though, I'm pretty good at knowing where the muscles belong. So understanding those... Get a scientific understanding, and then that's when you start to simplify after that. Like, as long as you know, like, this is kind of where the abs are, this is the pectoral muscles of the chest, got a deltoid up here, your bicep, your tricep, kind of there, you know. You pretty much got it. Sorry, for some reason, my brain is just not, like, I taught 2 classes, and I'm like... I guess my brain's like, no more. You teach? No more teach, actually. You sleep? Yes. Study my anatomy, terminology. Yeah, man. I love bones. I love the names of bones. I'm pretty good with those. And, like, their placements. And I was telling some of my students today, exclamation point classes, we were talking about, one of my students asked me, it's like, how do you draw better armor? And then I went into a tangent about, like, how you should place things down just in general. And a lot of it just so happens to be, like... Oh, also, I'm making the wings red, because a lot of depictions, seraphim wings are, like, red for some reason. So, we're gonna go with that today. But yes, a lot of like robot designs and armor designs tend to look better if you take the anatomy of both into account. So with robots specifically, if you understand the anatomy of like a humanoid or how you want things to move, then suddenly creating their joints and creating how things fit together becomes so much easier. The example that I gave was with legs. Your femur is attached at the pelvis using something called a ball and socket joint. If you create a cup with one hand and you make a fist out of the other hand and you put your fist into that cup of the other hand and you kind of like rotate it around, that's how those joints are placed in together. It's the same thing with your shoulder, but your shoulder ball and socket is a lot more loose than the leg ones. That's why your arms have a higher range of movement, along with them being like their shoulder girdle. Our shoulder girdle, which is our scapula attached to our, not sternum. Our scapula attached to our collarbone, whatever the collarbone is called, which for some reason I've completely forgotten. the two create the acromion process around here, which then creates our ball and socket joint. Or creates our shoulder girdle. The actual joint that attaches to our arms is on the shoulder blades, if you didn't know that. But regardless, the ball and socket joint, if you kind of understand how that joint works, it makes it a little bit easier to create a joint on a robot. Because then you're like, oh, this is how this joint works here. I can translate that and create a robotic, attachment point through that. So, yippee! Clavicle, thank you! Yes! I completely forgot the name of the collarbone. Yeah, it's the clavicle. The clavicle, if you ever feel that kind of like little U shape at the base of your neck, don't press too hard because that's going into your jugular, because that's the jugular notch. So if you've ever seen people draw this little shape right here, this is the clavicle indent, and right here is the jugular notch. So that's not just like there for show, our clavicle actually looks like that. And the jugular notch attaches to our sternum, which attaches to our rib cage. Yippee! So, bones. What are you guys talking about? I look away for 5 minutes. Anatomy lesson. Yippee! Bones. I love bones. I have my little collection of bones off to the side. My mom just came back from Cuba and she got a bunch of like shells for me. And one of them is like, my cousin found like a shell on the beach. And it was like still attached. It was like a little like, I'm gonna draw this on this guy's chest. If you like, it was like this and it still had like the bottom bit. So it was like still attached and I could open and close it. It was so nice. It was so pretty. I was like, oh my gosh. Like you guys just found these on the beach. How would you go about a character with an abnormally long neck? I have the snake humanoid has a really long neck called scoliosis neck. Often feels neck is too bendy to draw. You're in luck! I love drawing Dragonborn. So the part of this neck back here, this is called the cervical spine. We have it on our neck as well. But especially with things that have a longer neck, you can kind of mess with it a bit more. So with snakes and other reptiles, by comparison to us, our cervical oh my god, our cervical vertebrae, because our spine is technically our vertebrae, our cervical vertebrae bends inwards and then back out once it reaches our thoracic vertebrae, and then back in again when it reaches our lumbar, and then back out again once it reaches our like coccyx and oh god, I can't remember what this one's called. But regardless, it does this kind of wavy thing, right? When you have a lot of longer necks, you can sort of mess with that. Reptiles and like a lot of them, their necks tend to bend the opposite way. So you actually have their cervical go this way first and then go inwards once you reach the rib cage. You get that a lot with non-mammalian critters. That are still vertebrae critters. But again, it is still fantasy, so you can see how I had it with like Cubico, let's say, where I kind of did this whole bending. Like this whole thing creates one big C arc, and then we've still got the thoracic and the lumbar. It's like the thoracic is right here and the lumbar is down here, right? A little bit different on Alizar. Alizar, I went with, like, outwards and then went back in. So, again, we brought that kind of more human-y cervical vertebrae. And then we went back out for our thoracic, inwards for our lumbar, right? So it really is just kind of depends on what you want. You can see, like, the difference in, like, how each one of these guys looks. Callisto is another one that I went more with the kind of out then back in. Lachesis and Petrie I kept with the sort of just bend the one way. It's really just up to you. An S or a half heart shape, essentially. But yeah, it depends on what anatomy you're trying to go for. Also, just to point out, Cubico I designed maybe half a year ago. Alizar I did yesterday. So, look at that scale plating improvement, dude. Are you kidding me? I was so proud of seeing, like, the difference. How tall is Corn? Corn is 4'2", so he's quite small. Corn is, like, half the height of Cubico. He would be, like, right here. Pierce would be, like, here. Still very, very short compared to just a baby. Yeah, Corn's small. Yeah, Alizar just showed up in our campaign yesterday. I just designed him. Well, my DM designed him, and then he told me, like, I could draw him however I wanted to, so. Alizar's a gem dragonborn! Yippee! Yeah, look at that scale improvement, dude. Are you kidding me? I love drawing plating. Plating is so fun. Why don't they have tails? A lot of rules as written, Dragonborn don't necessarily have tails. A lot of them don't. In the campaign setting that we're in, the Critical Role campaign setting, there's two different types of Dragonborns. So there's the ones with tails and ones without. Cord is a Draconian, so he does have a tail, but those guys are Ravenites, so they don't. There's improvement. Woo! Part of some lore or something? Yeah! Corn is my D&D character. Those are characters from his village that he came from. So those are the other Dragonborn. Corn is my Dragonborn barbarian. Let me just grab some of his art. Here's Corn. Here's my guy. This is Corn. Corn is my Dragonborn barbarian who I've been playing with for a while. Here's him with his weapon. Yeah, Corn's little. Corn is small compared to the other Dragonborn because he's still young. Corn is so cute. I love drawing Corn. I love my son. I should make videos of you playing the D&D game. Well, it's not a wing canvas D&D game. This one is just a home game, so we don't record it or anything. It's with my friends, so it's not part of this channel. Yeah, wing canvas is its whole separate thing. We are an art channel. Art channel and art school. Hey, classes! Exclamation point classes. Real, yeah. We're a home game. There's my DM. Kay's my DM. Yippee! Corn wouldn't exist without him, so, I mean... Heard Corn, I love him. That's Frey. Frey's another one of our players. Yeah, bald. Want to play D&D? Yeah, man, you should play D&D. Of the anatomy. Thank you. I do my best. How much time we got? Okay, that's not bad. Oh, I completely forgot. Whoops. Live bald reaction. So true. Tell me you're keeping that in the final. Of course. Of course. Are you kidding me? Thank you. Thank you, Pink Ink. No one to play it with. You can find people online. That's how I started playing. I got into it by watching other people play, though. Okay, now comes... That sounded a lot more graspy than I was expecting it to. Where did that voice come from? Hello? It's like I was doing Corn's voice unintentionally for a second there. Honestly, with how my throat is feeling, I could probably do Corn's voice a little better now. Just because, like, it's fighting to be raspier right now. Catch him escape. Like, I probably could. Do it? Why is bro mewing? You can't even see his face. You don't know that he's mewing. I do not take music requests, no. Do Corn's voice. Hang on. Maybe I do need water. No, I'm scared. Trying to say Pikachu. Pikachu, use Thunderbolt! With Corn's voice is crazy.
Talking with Corn's voice is a little bit like this, so it's a lot of like the the raspiness kind of comes out. Oh, it is actually easier. With my throat sounding like feeling like this, it is a little easier. Yeah.
What are some things that inspire you? A lot of things. I'm really inspired by a lot of things. I really love nature. I'm a huge fan of insects and animals. I love anatomy. I'm a really big fan of the science of art. That's a really big inspiration thing for me. See for the Bronx? No, that's a different character actually. That's Scribbles. Scribbles is our blade singer wizard. He's a tabaxi blade singer, and he's like has like a New York accent. Just being Corn for the rest of the stream? I could not. If I had to act as Corn for an entire stream. I mean, I guess I do it for like 6 hours on Thursdays, but like... I just watched, my partner and I have just been watching random episodes of Pokemon, just like for fun. And like, I am obsessed with Bayleaf. I think Bayleaf is the cutest thing ever. Baby! I'm like, I love her. She's so cute. I love Bayleaf. So underrated. I think that she's like the best Pokemon that Ash has had, easily. I don't care. I think she's so cute. Classic Pokemon? I think Bayleaf is like a Gen 2. Like, well, obviously she's Gen 2, but like a Gen 2 part of the anime, though. But she is recurring, so she does show back up in like Gen like 4 and 3, if I recall. And then even later, I think she shows up again. Meganium is so cute. I love the whole Chico line. She's so cute. I love Chico. Alright, here's where we do some artistic liberties, friends, because I think that just this red is boring. So we're gonna have some fun with it, because why not? Let's add some color variation. For as a treat, for fun. Love Oshawa. Named him Dino. My Meganium when I played Soul Silver was named K-More, because Chikorita started with a C, and that was just how I named Pokemon back then. Was just like, if it starts with that letter, that's your name. I think Scorbunny's okay. Honestly, like the... What do you call it? The Pokemon from, like, Sword and Shield, like, the Galarian starters are not that great, in my opinion. Like, I think of the, like, they were all just okay. Like, I didn't love any of them. I do, like, Sobble was my favorite just because I chose Sobble. And I do like Inteleon, but I'm, like, of, like, all the starter trios, I think that Sword Shield's one of the weakest. Like, there was nobody really in there that I think hit, like, the mark, like, perfectly, you know? Like, sometimes you get, like, starters that you're like, I'm obsessed with these. I'm like, these are amazing. I love them. That's how I feel about the Gen 2 ones. Gen 2 and Gen 5. Because I'm just a sucker for Gen 5. But, like, I think that, like, Galar is one of the weaker ones, in my opinion. I chose Cinder though, I'm sorry. I love Chico Rita. Give Italian giant hands. I get it. It's supposed to look kind of like a rifle or something, but because he's supposed to be based on like 007, like a secret agent. Embor's my favorite now, but somehow the only one I haven't used in a playthrough for Gen 5. I am a sucker. I love Snivy. Snivy is my favorite starter of all time. I love Snivy so much. Like, that... Like, I'm also just, like, really Gen 5 biased. But, like, I love Snivy. I love her. I think Superior rocks. Big grass snake. I think it's cool. I think it's awesome. Snivy's a starter? Yeah, man. What did you think Snivy was? Snivy's a Generation 5 starter. So, like, he's from the Pokemon Black and White. It's from years ago. Gosh, it's been over 10 now. Doesn't that suck? It's been over 10 years since Gen 5 came out? That's terrible. Hidden ability cooks as well. It has contrary, doesn't it? If I remember correctly. So wild Pokemon didn't know it was a starter? Nah, man. Snivy's been around for ages. Tell me, what was your first Pokemon game? Makes sick. You want to learn how to make the dishes? Yeah, man. Pokemon Y on the DS. Okay, that makes sense. So you were just a Gen 2 late. Black and White was the game before X and Y. My first was Black and White, but then I went backwards. So it was like I got Pokemon Black and White, and then I played Soul Silver, and then I played Platinum, and then I played X and Y, and then ORS, and then so on and so forth. I played, like... It was like I started with newer ones, and then I went backwards, and then I went forwards again. Pokemon Unite is online. I don't like MOBAs, so... Unite's the MOBA, right? If I remember correctly. Really want to play Legends Arceus for the Switch because I think it looks fun. It's really fun, yeah. Legends Arceus was fun. I had a lot of fun with it. Unite's a mobile game. Okay, yeah. Wait, is Unite mobile? I thought... The MOBA, not mobile. Mobile is, Masters, isn't it? And Pokemon Sleep, which I do play. Unite is on Switch and mobile. Oh, okay. Sword and Shield is always my favorite. I will always be a black and white stan. Best game and best game. It just is. I'm so scared because I'm pretty sure we're getting black and white remakes, and I'm so scared. I'm like, please, please. I'm like, Lord, I saw what happened with BDSP. Please. I'm begging you. Okay, I've got about 9 minutes. I can do really quick shading. She see YouTube comments? Yes. I do. Sorry, I'm just focusing for a second. Honey, because the mobile port is arguably better. Is it? I have no clue. I've never played Unite. Mobile is in fact better? Alright, I'll trust y'all. You know what, actually, let's do this instead. Let's do... Oh yeah, spring break camps are coming up, everybody. Feel free to take a look at them. Iggy's gonna be teaching them. So if you'd like to grab a class with Iggy, check them out. Check out the spring break camps that are coming up. I believe he'll be teaching cartooning and anime and a digital art class. So check out both of them. Check out what we're offering. You know what? Actually, let's do this. Sweet. I'm gonna check with my parents first, for sure. Do whatever you gotta do. Just cycling through the... Sorry, don't mind me as I try and figure this out. The thing you should know about rim light is that rim lighting is not a line, it is a shape. It is following the forms that are present within whatever it is that you are illustrating, so use it wisely. Those wings look scrumptious. I'm glad. Cycling through all the blending modes is a universal digital art experience. It's true. Yeah. I love it. Sometimes I get the question, I'm like, Jessie, what does this function do? I'm like, I don't know. It gives me the visual effect that I want, I'll be honest. I don't totally know what they all do. Let's use a different brush to get a different feeling. Cool. Neat. Yeah. Yummy indeed. Sometimes that's all you need, just a little bit of something extra. It kind of gives it a nice bit of extra something, you know? Nice. That actually looks cool. Covered in flames, I guess, are made from it. No. So this is just back rim lighting. So this angel is backlit. Feathers, just like skin, are translucent. So if you are going to be drawing feathers that are backlit somehow, they are also going to have subsurface scattering. So be mindful of that when you're drawing wings. Because feathers are also made from a translucent material. So you're going to want to think about that when you're drawing something like an angel. I've realized that I set all of the light up there. This actually should not be happening down here. That's fine. I can have a little bit over here, though. Just a smidge, as a treat. Subsurface scattering. Subsurface scattering is all about just making your skin look sick. Hang on. One more thing and then we're good to go. Isn't that much nicer? Look at that. Just a small bit of subsurface goes a long way. Isn't that neato? Yippee! Okay, just a little, I'm so sorry. One more adjustment, and then we're good. Brilliant. Okay, we're good. Alright. That is where we're ending off this stream today. Thank you all so much for joining with me today. Just a little rim lighting and subsurface demo tossed in there as well. Isn't that fun? Thank you all so much for joining with me today. Sorry, just cropping this in. Don't know too much about the channel, don't know too much about us. Hey, welcome to Wing Campus. We're not just a YouTube channel, we're also an art studio. So hey, if you want to check us out, check out the classes that we have to offer. Yeah, wingcanvas.com. Check out the classes that we're offering. Spring break is coming up, so you can check out camps over in there as well. I'm one of the instructors along with some other people. Iggy is also one of our lovely instructors here at the studio. Josh is one of the instructors. Faye is one of the instructors. Check all our classes out. I teach digital art and a digital mentorship class. If you'd like to take those, feel free to take a peek. Other than this, though, this file that you see in front of you will be available as a JPEG on our Discord. Come check out our Discord. Hang out with other fellow art members, other art nerds. Come check us out. Come take a look-see. But if you'd like the working files for any of our pieces, you're gonna have to go to Patreon. Patreon.com/wingcanvas. You can either become a Patreon member or a YouTube member to get working files and our class recordings and or other early access videos. So if you ever wanted to see our videos a little bit early, now's your chance to. Tomorrow, what we are going to be doing, tomorrow you guys are going to be with Iggy. Iggy's going to be drawing group poses with you guys. And then next week, Saturday... Oh, goodness. I'm so sorry. Hang on. Next week, Saturday, what you guys are going to be doing... you guys are going to be... Oh, is there no stream for next week Saturday? It doesn't look like it. Alright, never mind. There's no stream for next week Saturday. But tomorrow you're going to be doing dynamic pair poses, and then next week Sunday you are going to be animating emotions and expressions with Josh. Unless I'm fried, and there is actually something that's happening at that time. But overall, though, Thank you all so much for joining with me today. And I'll see y'all, I think, in a couple weeks. Au revoir. Bye-bye.